Fabrizio Romano has provided the latest information on the gift Orban situation. He has also stated that Spurs have been tracking Jonathan David. Reports are stating that Spurs have been in discussions with 19-year-old Ghana star Ernest Nuamah. 3 clubs interested in signing Tottenham Hotspur centre-back Japhet Tanganga, and various reports in Italy today are stating that Lazio have been back in talks with Spurs about signing goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Now, just before I get into it, the nominations for the Football Content Awards 2023 have officially opened today. If you would like to vote for this channel and or the Spurs Chat podcast, all the details are below. All you need to do is just type my name in or type Spurs Chat podcast in, and that will register your vote. Thank you so much for all of your support. We have had 2.5 million views on YouTube in the last 30 days, which is a record. So thank you so much for all of your support. It is really, really appreciated. And we've also had a record number downloads on all of the audio platforms. So it is simply incredible. So thank you so much. Now, let's start with reports from Football Italia and from Sky Sports Italy. They are claiming that Lazio are back in negotiations with Tottenham Hotspur for goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. Transfer expert Gianluca Di Marzio has claimed that after the deal had seemingly been abandoned, today the two clubs were back in contact. Now, Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has been talking about Tottenham Hotspur and the possibility of signing a striker before the transfer window closes on the 1st of September. Fabrizio Romano has stated, I think they will sign one if they get the right opportunity. One of the players they have been following is Gift Orban, the talented striker from Ghent. They have had positive conversations on the player side, but never have sent any bid. There could be an opportunity last minute for Tottenham. Another player that they have been tracking for a long time is Jonathan David, but he is going to be very expensive, something around 60 million euros. It is not going to be easy. So a report has just been published by the Football Insider, and they are stating that Tottenham Hotspur are ready to make a formal bid for Ghana sensation Ernest Nuamah as they look to beat West Ham United, Burnley and Brighton to his signature. Spurs have a concrete interest in the rising star and have held discussions with the players' representatives. Nuamah currently plays in Denmark's top division and has earned rave reviews, with the 19-year-old regarded as one of the most exciting young attacking talents in the world. Just 4 games in to the 2023-2024 campaign, Nuamah has already scored 4 times and assisted once, including an opening day hat-trick and a 4-1 win. The Football Insider have also stated that Tottenham are exploring potential deals for several striker targets as they look to replace Harry Kane. Reports in Italy in the last 24 hours have suggested that Romelu Lukaku, who is still under contract at Chelsea, is an option for Tottenham. However, sources have told the Football Insider that the 30-year-old is not towards the top of the shortlist at Spurs, but Chelsea are desperate to find a solution to Lukaku's situation before the transfer deadline, with the striker not taking part in first-team activities at the club's training base. Both Juventus and Inter Milan have been linked with a move for the former Manchester United star, but he remains a Blues player with just 11 days to go until the transfer deadline. The struggles of the Serie A duo could open the door for Tottenham to make a move for Lukaku, but only if they miss out on their top priority targets. One such target is Ghent star Gift Orban, 21, who has already netted 6 goals in 6 games in the 2023-2024 campaign. However, the Football Insider revealed on Monday that Fulham are ready to challenge Tottenham for the signing of Gift Orban after losing Mitrovic. Lukaku managed 14 goals and 7 assists back on loan at Inter Milan after forcing an exit from Chelsea last summer. Various reports today have stated that Inter Milan are still interested in Tottenham Hotspur centre-back Japhet Tanganga, and Premier League clubs Luton Town and Everton are also tracking the Spurs defender and could make a move for him before the transfer window closes in just 11 days' time. And finally, some Tottenham Hotspur women news. Now, many congratulations to Shalina Godolski. She has just signed a new contract at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club that will run until June 2024. Now, my thoughts on all of the stories in today's episode. Let's start by talking about Lazio being back in talks with goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. I think it's very, very clear and very, very evident that Hugo Lloris's days at Tottenham have come to an end. He even said a couple of months ago it is the end of an era at Spurs. I was very, very surprised, and I have said this a couple of times. I was very surprised in that Shakhtar Donetsk game. Their goalkeeper got a good send-off. All of their players stopped the game and give their goalkeeper a really, really great send-off. I felt that we should have done that with Hugo Lloris. He joined the club back in 2012, has been at the club for 11 years. He's been a great servant to the football club. It's just a shame that the fans have not said a proper goodbye to Lloris. And it just seems that the club and various clubs, not just Tottenham, people just don't do testimonials anymore. It's really, really odd. But I think it would have been great for Hugo Lloris to have a great send-off from the Spurs fans. And as I said before again, it just seems a shame that his last appearance in a Spurs shirt was that first half at St James's Park when we were 5-0 down at half-time. But I'm hoping that Hugo Lloris does move on in the next 11 days or so, because he deserves a move. From what I understand, Spurs are now willing to let him go on a free transfer rather than demanding a fee for him. So wishing him all of the very best. I'm sure he can still do a great job for a good team around Europe. So wishing him all of the very best. 3 clubs are interested in Japhet Tanganga. It's funny because in the last couple of years, AC Milan, Inter Milan, they've both been interested. Lots of Italian clubs have been interested in him in the last couple of years, but a move hasn't happened. And now Luton Town and now Everton are even sniffing around. So it'll be interesting to see whether he goes out the door. But as Ange Postecoglou has said on a number of occasions now, this squad is bloated. Spurs really, really do need to work on outgoings in this next week, definitely. If Spurs want to bring in any more players, we need to offload players as soon as possible in the next few days. By the end of this week, I do hope that 2, 3, 4 players have gone out the door. Is it likely? Who knows? But I think that Spurs are working hard on it. Perhaps they need to work a little bit harder and faster on it, because we want to see a couple of new players come in. And as Ange Postecoglou has alluded to on various occasions, we need to offload players before we bring more in. We can't, simply can't keep bringing players in because, the squad is, it's got high numbers in the squad at the moment. But in my opinion, we do definitely need to sign a striker. Gift Orban, there is another player now that we're looking at, a 19-year-old Ghana star, Ernest Nuamah. Whether these deals will materialise, and the stories out in the last 24 hours, Fulham are now interested in Gift Orban because they've just received £50 million for Mitrovic, who has gone off to the Saudi League. £50 million. I tell you what, that's great business for Fulham, for Mitrovic. £50 million. That is a lot of money for him. But Spurs do need to have another option up front, in my opinion, because an injury to Richarlison, an injury to someone like Heung-min Son, who are you putting up front? So I do think that we do need an option, and it does look highly likely that someone like Dane Scarlett could go out on loan. So watch this space on that one. Other stories today. Eric Dier is now being linked with a move to Fulham. The Athletic actually reported stating that Eric Dier wants to stay at Tottenham Hotspur. He doesn't want to leave on a permanent basis. before his contract runs out, which of course is next summer. But he would be open to a loan move if the right club come along. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in the next 11 days with Eric Dier, because of course, you know, ever since he's arrived, he has been a mainstay in the team. He has been part of the starting 11 most weeks. Ange Postecoglou certainly doesn't fancy Eric Dier in this system, in this team, or even on the bench in the first 2 Premier League games. Also reports coming out today about Clement Longley. Spurs could go in for Clement Longley now. Barcelona may be forced to give Clement Longley to Tottenham on a season-long loan if Tottenham Hotspur pay Clement Longley's wages and cover the whole wages. I could probably see that happening. Do I think it's good for the club? Probably not. I think that we need far better quality in this squad. I know a lot of people will probably be shouting at me now saying, well, it's okay if it's free, or it's okay if it's a loan, blah, blah, blah. But I just think that if Spurs want to move to that next level, I think that the players need to be different. I think that the players need to be of better quality. I always look at what we've got, and I always look at what we're trying to bring in. Is it going to make that much of a difference? I don't believe it is. I think that every signing that you bring in at the football club, it needs to have an impact and be a lot better than what you've got. You know, let's face it, we finished 8th last season. Clement Longley was one of our defenders. We finished 8th. We shipped lots of goals. Clement Longley was one of our defenders. Do I think it's a good idea on a loan? Probably not. I would rather a top quality defender being signed. I know I go on a lot about defensive reinforcements. Of course, Mickey van der Ven has come in, but I do think we need another. And I do think that we definitely need a striker to cover Richarlison, to cover the likes of Heung-min Son, etc. Fabrizio Romano also stated about Jonathan David. That is a name that has come up so many times in so many previous transfer windows. So I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. But a lot to do. You know, the Tottenham Hotspur board, Daniel Levy and co, they have a lot to do in the next 11 days, in my opinion. They have a lot of players to get out the door, and let's hope that our transfer window of incomings isn't finished yet and we get a couple more. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.